myself K.M. Rupnavar, and I am teaching you physical chemistry. So, today's lecture is lecture number 12, and in today's lecture we will see the Lindemann mechanism for unimolecular reactions. So, first, what are the unimolecular reactions? The unimolecular reactions are the reactions in which only one reactant is used to get a final product. So see, a number of gas-phase reactions follows the first order kinetics as in the isomerization of the cyclopropane. This is an example. Cyclopropane in gaseous phase, it gives CH3CH double bond CH2 in the gaseous form. So, this is one example. Cyclo-C3H6 gives CH3CH double bond CH2 in the gaseous form. The problem with the interpretation of first order rate laws is that presumably a molecule acquires enough energy to react as a result of its collisions with other molecules. So, the molecule should react with or collide with the other molecules. However, collisions are simple bimolecular events. So, how can they result in a first order rate law? Because collision occurs in between two molecules. That means bimolecular event is there. So, how can they result in a first order rate law? The first order gas phase reactions are widely called unimolecular reactions. This because of it can also involve an elementary unimolecular state in which the reactant molecule changes into the product. This term must be used with caution. However, because the overall mechanism has bimolecular as well as unimolecular states. So, the Lindemann mechanism was first successfully explained by Frederick Lindemann in 1921 and then elaborated by Cyril Hinshelwood. That's why mechanism is called as a Lindemann-Hinshelwood mechanism. And it is supposed that a reactant molecule A becomes energetically excited by collision with another A molecule in a bimolecular state. So see what I have told. Here, the process of forming an activated complex A star having sufficient energy to undergo reaction is known as energization process. So, as I have told, take two molecules of A plus A, they collides with each other and energy of one A molecule increases and another will decreases. The increased energy state is called as a intermediate state and it has sufficient energy to undergo reaction, and that's why this process is called as a energization process. And this energization process involves collision between two molecules of A. The energized molecule A star may undergo either de-energization by collision with a normal molecule or unimolecular reaction to form products. Means simply, see, this is in the form of a reaction. Take these two A molecules, A plus A, they collide with each other due to collision. Energy of one molecule increases and another one is of less energy. So, the A star plus A species are formed in the system. This A star either comes to the ground state with loss of energy or A star leads into the formation of the unimolecular reaction. So here this A star is taken as it is here and A star gives product. This is a unimolecular reaction. Means the energetic process in which the species formed undergo the unimolecular reaction and it gives a final product P. So, the rate of energization is given by, so rate of energization means what? The excited species is formed. Asterisk shows the species with higher energy or the species is in the excited state. So we have to write down the rate for A star. See, initially A star is formed with rate K1 from species A and A. That's why just write down this rate here. Formation rate is positive and A into A it becomes A square. Then the rate of de-energization, that means this species undergoes de-energization to form again the products. So the species is going to decrease to form again reactants. That's why the rate is written as, you can write here minus sign. So here minus d A star by dt is taken at the left side, therefore right side is positive. So K minus 1 into concentration of A star into concentration of A. This term is taken here. Then the rate of conversion into products. So product formation is only dependent upon the A star. Therefore, and the rate is K2. Therefore, K2 into concentration of A star. These are the general rates written here. Now, we will see how collision will occur. So, see, this is the figure which represents the Lindman-Hinshelwood mechanism for the unimolecular reaction. Here, the species A is taken, which is excited by collision with A molecule. So, these are the two molecules we have taken, A and A. These molecules collides with each other and one of them goes to the excited state with highest energy and other is of less energy. So, there are two ways. This A star either comes to the ground state with release of energy or this A star leads into the formation of the final products. Now, we will find out the rate of change of concentration of intermediate with respect to change in time. So, see, in this reaction, A plus A gives A star plus A and this A star is used further. So, A star is the intermediate species and we have to find out the change in concentration of the A star. That's why we will find a rate. So, just take one equation here. A star gives product, this is the unimolecular state. So, dA star divided by dt is equal to this A star undergone decay, that's why minus symbol is given and the rate constant is K2. Therefore, minus K2 into concentration of A star. This is our equation for dA star divided by dt. Then, if the unimolecular state is slow enough to be the rate determining state, the overall reaction have first order kinetics as observed. Means when unimolecular state is very slow enough, then the rate determining state, the overall reaction is first order. Then we have to apply a steady state approximation for rate of formation of A star. So see, we have dA star by dt, which is equal to, now we are going to write down the complete equation of A star. So see, in first reaction A star is formed, in second step A star is going to decompose and in third step it is going to again decompose. So formation rate is positive and both decaying rates are negative. So just write down according to this equation. Equation asks d into concentration of A star divided by dt. In first step it is formed from species A plus A, therefore rate is positive. K1 into concentration of A into concentration of A minus, in a second step it is going to decrease. So minus K minus 1 into concentration of A star into concentration of A. is going to decompose. That's why again minus K2 into concentration of A star. This is our equation and applies steady state approximation. That's why rate of change in concentration of intermediate is nearly equal to 0. So this is our equation number 2. Our equation is equation 5. Now just write down this part again here and transfer this negative terms to the right side. So equation became K1 into concentration of A square is equal to, this term become positive because it is shifted to the right side, K minus 1 into concentration of A star into concentration of A plus K2 into concentration of A star. Here K1, K minus 1 and K2 are the rate constants. Now just find out the value of A star or concentration of the intermediate. So just put left side as it is, and in this right side A star is common. So just take A star common and write the equation as K1 into concentration of A square as it is equal to K minus 1 into concentration of A plus K2 bracket complete into concentration of A star. This is our equation. Now we are going to find out value of A star. So just shift this term to the left side. So concentration of A star is equal to this term as it is K1 into concentration of A square divided by K2. Just take this term first, K2 plus K minus 1 into concentration of A. Now this is our equation number 3. Now we have the intermediate concentration. Now find out the rate of formation of a product. So equation is dP by dt is equal to K2 into concentration of A star. Because product is formed, formation rate is positive, and from which rate it is formed? With rate K2, and the species from which it is formed is the A star. So K2 into concentration of A star. This is our equation. Now just put value of this A star in this equation. We will get K1, write down here, this K2 here, into concentration of A square divided by this term as it is K2 plus K minus 1 into concentration of A. This is the rate of formation of a product with respect to change in time. Just I have kept A star value instead of this. So this is our equation number 4. Now at this stage the rate law is not first order. So see, here is the square, so rate law is not first order. Now if the rate of deactivation by A star A collision is much greater than the rate of unimolecular decay, means the forward reaction is not possible and this backward reaction is favored, at that time the collisions are much greater than the unimolecular decay, in the sense that K minus 1 into concentration of A into concentration of A star is very greater than K2 into A star. Means simply the backward rate is favored here than this forward rate. So we can neglect once the K minus 1 into concentration of A. Here two conditions are there. This one is 1 and this one is second. Now consider this. K minus 1 into concentration of A is very greater than K2. Then we neglect K2 in the denominator and obtain a equation as. So see, we have the equation dP by dt is equal to K1 into K2 divided by concentration of A square divided by K2 plus K minus 1 into concentration of A. Now we are applying condition. K minus 1 into concentration of A is very greater than K2, means K2 is negligible. So just neglect this K2, means this term is removed now. So here is concentration of A square is there and concentration of A. That's why concentration of A and 1A get cancelled. So remaining terms will be K1 K2 divided by K minus 1, and this is in one bracket into concentration of A. So just put K1 K2 divided by K minus 1 is equal to capital K, and concentration of A will be as it is. So this is called as a Lindman-Hinshelwood rate law. dP by dt is equal to capital K into concentration of A. This is the Lindman-Hinshelwood rate law. Now, at low pressures, the rate determining step is the bimolecular formation of A star. This is at the high pressure. Now, at low pressure, the rate determining step is the bimolecular formation of A star. Means at a low pressure, the first step is figured in which A star is formed. So, here K2 is very greater than K minus 1 into concentration of A. Means backward reaction is impossible, only forward reaction is possible. So, the K2, which is second order rate constant, A star gives product, this is favored, and backward reaction is not favored. That's why again we will apply this condition for equation 4. Our equation 4 is dP by dt is equal to K2 into concentration of A star, and we have kept the A star value in it, and equation is K1 K2 into concentration of A square divided by K2 plus K minus 1 into concentration of A. This is our equation 4. This just I have written again here. Now we have to apply the above condition here. This condition, K2 is greater than K minus 1 into concentration of A. Now the greater term is not neglected and the lower term is neglected. So we can neglect this term here. So our equation becomes K1 K2 into concentration of A square as it is divided by K2, and this term is neglected. That's why here equation is written as this, and K2 K2 get cancelled, therefore equation remains K1 into concentration of A square. This is our equation number 6. Now from this equation we can say that our equation 6 is the second order rate equation. Now the physical reason for the change of order. Initially we have found the order is 1. See, in this equation order is 1. K1 into concentration of A, and concentration of A is to 1. That's why order is 1. And this is the unimolecular state. Now, in equation number 6, the raised to power is 2. That's why order is 2. So, this change is because of the low pressure. The rate determining step is observed in the bimolecular formation of A star. Now, if we write the full rate law in equation 4 as dP by dt is equal to K into concentration of A. This is our equation 4. And the capital K is written as this way same. K1 into K2 into concentration of A divided by K2 plus K minus 1 into concentration of A. This is our equation. See, this is equation. K1 K2 into concentration of A square divided by K2 plus K minus 1 into concentration of A. So, same equation is taken here. So, K is equal to K1 K2 into concentration of A divided by K2 plus K minus 1 into concentration of A. Now, divide equation 7 numerator and denominator by K minus 1 into concentration of A. So, just divide N and D by K minus 1 into concentration of A. So, just take this value K1 K2 into concentration of A divided by K minus 1 into concentration of A. This is first term. Then divide this also K2 divided by K minus 1 into concentration of A plus K minus 1 into concentration of A divided by K minus 1 into concentration of A. Now just cancel this term and our equation become this A get cancelled, K minus 1 into concentration of A and K minus 1 into concentration of A. These terms get cancelled. Therefore, remaining term is K1 K2 divided by K minus 1 and again divided by 1 plus K2 divided by K minus 1 into concentration of 1 A. So see how I have written this equation. K1 K2 divided by K minus 1 divided by 1 plus K2 divided by K minus 1 into concentration of A. Now this expression for effective rate constant K is rearranged by inverting each side 2. So just take reciprocal of equation number 8. 1 upon K is equal to, this is K minus 1 divided by K1 K2 plus 1 upon K1 into concentration of A. So this is our equation number 9. So we will see first how this equation number 9 can be simplified. So see, here I have written. So see, we are taking reciprocal of this equation. We have this equation, or consider this equation as it is. K is equal to K1 K2 into concentration of A divided by K2 plus K minus 1 into concentration of A. This is the first order rate equation, and where concentration of A square is there, this is the second order rate equation. So just consider this equation directly instead of this one. So 1 upon K is taken directly and then take inverse of this equation. So K2 plus K minus 1 into concentration of A goes to upside and K1 K2 into concentration of A is at the lower side. So see, I have written this equation as 1 upon K is equal to K2 plus K minus 1 into concentration of A divided by K1 K2 into concentration of A. This is our equation. Therefore, 1 upon K is equal to, just take separate these equations, K2 divided by K1 K2 into concentration of A. This is K2 get cancelled, then plus this sign as it is, plus K minus 1 into concentration of A divided by K1 K2 into concentration of A. So concentration of A and concentration of A get cancelled. Now the remaining terms are only K minus 1 divided by K1 K2. So just take this equation here and this 1 upon K1 into concentration of A taken as it is. So 1 upon K is equal to K minus 1 divided by K1 K2 plus 1 upon K1 into concentration of A. So according to straight line equation, we will find out a plot of this. Y is equal to mx plus c. This is our equation. So y is equal to 1 upon k, x is equal to 1 upon concentration of A, m is the slope 1 upon k1 and the intercept is k minus 1 divided by k1 k2. So the plot for the Liebman-Hinshelwood mechanism is observed as like this: 1 upon k and on the x-axis 1 upon concentration of A. The slope is 1 upon K1 and the intercept is, this much intercept is K minus 1 divided by K1 K2. So this is our equation.